My YouTube video script says nobody needed to tell the Dolphins players where they stood on Halloween morning. They'd just been blown out after hanging around in the first half against the Ravens in a home Thursday night game. Their general manager of the last decade, Chris Grier, had been let go. They were 2-7, so the idea of making the playoffs was laughable. All of which put everyone in the building, from head coach to quarterback, on notice. And with the trade deadline looming, the team wouldn't wait to make changes. So the leaders of the locker room gathered their peers and delivered a tough-love ultimatum to spark some level of change. The deadline was Tuesday, with a home date against the five-time reigning AFC East champions, the Bills, 5 days later. We really emphasized, whoever ends up staying on this team, or coming to this team come Wednesday, we're all gonna have each other's backs, we're all gonna lean into one another, veteran safety Minkah Fitzpatrick told me Sunday. Actually, one of the points that we as leaders of the team came together and wanted to communicate was that we still have a lot of football left, we have a lot of talent on this team, we trust our coaches. And we just had to continue to lean into each other. And I feel like we've done a really good job of that. We just got closer and started executing at a higher level. Miami hasn't lost since. The Dolphins routed the Bills 30-13. They outlasted the Commanders in Madrid, 16-13. And on Sunday, coming off their bye, they came out of the gate like a thoroughbred and hung on to hold off a furious rally from a spunky Saints team. In the first matchup between Flagg and Doncic, Flagg recorded a double-double with 13 points, 11 assists and 7 rebounds in the game. The rookie is averaging 15.7 points, 6.5 rebounds and 3.5 assists per game over his first 20 NBA games. I think he's a good player, Doncic said of Flagg after the game. Obviously, there's a lot of pressure that comes with the first pick, so he has a lot on his shoulder, but I think he will become a great player. At the middle of all this is the coach who survived Grier's dismissal. Through September and October, Mike McDaniel was seen by many as a dead man walking in Miami. However, while rumblings suggested that the locker room had gone sideways, those in the upper reaches of the Dolphins organization held that McDaniel had not lost the players. In fact, this was a primary reason why they decided not to let him go and give wildly popular defensive coordinator Anthony Weaver a run when Grier was fired. The bet the team made on Halloween has very clearly paid off in the month since. The Dolphins aren't just winning, their victories have been emphatic in a way true to McDaniel's coaching roots. Miami has averaged 177 rushing yards per game during its 3-game winning streak, with Sunday's 164 yards the low benchmark for that short stretch. The defense, meanwhile, has been increasingly opportunistic. The unit created 3 turnovers against Buffalo. Against Washington, a Jack Jones pick in overtime essentially won the game, putting Miami in range for the game-winning field goal one snap into the extra session. On Sunday, Miami's defense showed up again. The Dolphins dominated the first half and carried a 16-0 lead heading into the break. Then, the Saints stormed back and, down 19-17 after a 15-yard touchdown throw from Tyler Shaw to Devon Vele, were a 2-point conversion away from tying the game with 1:17 left. Fitzpatrick wasn't going to let that happen. Shaw tried to go underneath Vele again, and the veteran safety undercut his route. "We were in man, but we had doubles on, Chris, Olave, and then number 2 to the field," he said. "And I was one-on-one at the 3 spot and he ran a shallow cross, I was hip-to-hip on it, slipped in last second and then the quarterback threw the ball. So I just made a play on it." He did more than just that, catching the ball and running it all the way back for 2 points to extend Miami's lead to 21-17. It seemed like window dressing at the time, but wound up being consequential. The Saints went on to recover an onside kick and the Dolphins got a 4th-and-1 stop to finish off the game. With the ball at their 36-yard line, the Saints might have kicked a game-winning field goal if the scoreline was 19-17, not 21-17. Whenever you make a play on a 2-point conversion, you're taught to always try and score because you never know what those 2 points are going to be worth towards the end of the game, Fitzpatrick said. Thankfully, we got those 2 points and they came in crucial. Miami's made a lot of crucial plays of late, an indication that the coaches have the players locked in. How did McDaniel keep his players on board? Interesting enough, according to Fitzpatrick, it was by letting go of control. "He's done a really good job of listening to everybody that's around him," said Fitzpatrick, who was Tr.